Hello, you're welcome back. And to continue from where we stopped, we are still using the lesson 2 log file, and the working directory is still the Stata data files. All right, so now in the last video we used codes, the Stata commands, but I want to show you quickly how to use the GUI, the graphic user interface. All right, so we go to statistics, summarize tables and tests. Now, the summary and descriptive statistics are used for the options here are for continuous variables, that's integers, while the frequency table, just like the name, is used for categorical variables to show frequencies. All right, so let's look at this. All right, now if we in the categorical variable here, we select sex. We can select any other thing here. If we do submit, we have the outcome just like what we did before in the last video. Now, I want to show you there's a produce a bar chart of the relative frequency here. Then display the table in descending order of frequency. All right, so because by default this is ascending, so let's see what happens here. Display numericals rather than value labels. Okay, so let's submit. All right, so you can see 326 comes up here. The highest one comes up and the lowest one is down. And you can see it's represented by the star graph. All right, that's one way to do that. Okay, now let's go to statistics again, summary. Um, okay, two-way table with measures of association. Okay, that will be too much for this video because here we'll be talking about chi-square and the likes. All right, but let's see. So row variable we have sex, and column variable we have hypertension. List rows in order of observed frequency, list columns in order of treat missing values, do not wrap, show all content, suppress values. So all these are other things that we'll talk about when we get to analysis of categorical variables. But for now, we are just interested in the 2 by 2 table. And you can see we have tabulate sex height. So we have this here. So in essence, I'm just showing you that you can use the GUI and you can also use code. So this is the code that produced it. All right, so let's go and create some normal graphs. Go to graphics. First thing is bar charts. Bar charts is categorical charts, and by default we have this graph of summary statistics. This is not what we want. Graph of frequency within categories. Yes, this is what we want. And then we go to the categories. Group 1, we can choose sex and submit. So now Stata is going to bring up a new window that displays the graph, the bar charts of sex and their frequencies. Okay, it should be out already. All right, so here we have the 1 for male, 2 for female, and this is their bar charts. So let's go to Stata interface to see the code that has generated these charts. You can see graph bar counts over sex. Count means frequency. All right, so count means frequency. Now what if we want graph of to see the average bar charts, to see the average okay, let's go back to now. What we did before was for frequencies. If you choose percentage, it's going to display the charts in percentage here. You can see this is frequency here. When you choose percentages, it's going to display percentage. Now let's go to graph of summary statistics. Here we want average of what's of the scale variables, that's the independent, the continuous variables, integers. So we can actually do maternal age. We've been working with birth weight. Maternal age is just okay. Then we still have the categories as sex. Then we submit. Now you can see for the average age, mean of maternal age, for the the male babies, they have average age of say 32 or 33, while the the women, mothers of female children, have slightly greater ages than that of the male mothers. All right. Now let's look at a chart for continuous variables. Now we have two-way graphs. We can check for relationship between what are the birth weights and maternal age and birth weight, or gestational weeks and birth weights. Okay, so let's create a chart, a scatter chart. All right, so y variable is the dependent variable, birth weight. X variable is the independent variable. What can cause birth weights? Let's try gestational weeks. All right, so let's just basic plots. Let's fit. Okay, no, basic plots is fine. Then we submit. All right, so you can see the relationship between birth weights in grams and gestational age in weeks. So we can safely say that the higher the gestational weeks, the higher the birth weights. Then it gets to a point where it's almost climaxed, that it's as if the birth weight does not increase further, just for a few that are increasing here. That's around gestational weeks between 40 and 42, 43. So you can see that there. All right, so let's cancel this since we have our graph. Okay, so the graph can be okay. So for the graph, this is what produced the two-way scatter, B weights and gestational weeks. Now, because we don't have line charts, are usually done with over time, so we don't have that here, so it wouldn't make so much sense, right? Okay, now let's go back to graphs to see what else we can do. Pie charts. So the categorical variable for pie charts, let's use hypertension now, and then submit. We have 1 and 2 hypertension, 1 for hypertensive and 2 for non-hypertensive. So these charts can be saved as either JPEG or like any, you can save it as PNG, you can save it as, when you save it as PNG, you can just copy and paste as PDF as well, SVG, whatever format you want and however you want to use it next. All right, so, or you right click and then you save as. All right, so start graph editor, you can check that as well to edit the charts. All right, so now let's do one more thing, which is to do graph bar, okay, mean or count, anyone, mean sex over hype. Now that is something that would work. Now once you because the hypertension is not given the it's not given a label, so once we relabel it, so we say relabel 1 as hypertensive and 2 as normal. That's non-hypertensive. So we close our brackets. That's the first bracket. then we close the second bracket. All brackets are closed. So let's see what we have now. So you can see instead of having 1 and 2, we have hypertensive and normal. All right. So this can be saved as well and used in your reports. Right. So this would be the end of data summary in Stata. And in the next video, we'll continue with statistical tests. All right, thank you for staying, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.